Welcome back. USA coin under the 1982 United States Washington quarter dollar is one of those fascinating coins that many people overlook in their everyday pocket change, yet for collectors and coin enthusiasts it represents an important chapter in modern American coinage. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary 25-cent piece, but once you begin exploring its history, design, production details, mint varieties, collector demand, and potential values, the story becomes far more interesting than most people imagine. Some examples have sold for prices far beyond their face value, and certain rare specimens, especially those with unique characteristics or exceptional preservation, have attracted significant attention from collectors across the world. To understand the importance of the 1982 quarter, it helps to step back and look at the broader history of the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The design proved so popular that it became a permanent part of American coinage. Decades later, the same basic design was still being used when the 1982 quarter entered circulation, making it a continuation of a long and respected numismatic tradition. The obverse, or front side, of the 1982 quarter features the famous portrait of George Washington. This portrait was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and remains one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history. Washington faces left, displaying a calm and dignified appearance that symbolizes leadership, stability, and the ideals upon which the United States was founded. Above his head appears the word liberty, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the left. The date, 1982, appears below the portrait, identifying the year of issue. Although millions of Americans handled these coins daily, few paid attention to the fine details incorporated into the design. The reverse side showcases one of the most iconic coin designs ever produced by the United States Mint. A majestic eagle stands with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches representing peace, while the arrows symbolize readiness and national defense. Above the eagle is the phrase, United States of America, while the denomination, quarter dollar, appears below. The motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, is displayed above the eagle. Together, these design elements create a powerful image reflecting American strength, unity, and heritage. When discussing the technical specifications of the 1982 quarter, collectors pay close attention to weight, composition, and dimensions. The standard 1982 Washington quarter has a weight of approximately 5.67 grams. It consists of a copper nickel-clad composition, featuring an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition was introduced after silver was removed from circulating quarters beginning in 1965 due to rising precious metal prices. The coin measures approximately 24.3 millimeters in diameter and has a reeded edge designed to discourage counterfeiting and clipping. One interesting aspect of the 1982 quarter is that it was produced during a period when the United States Mint faced budgetary and operational challenges. As a result, official mint sets were not produced in either 1982 or 1983. This decision had a long-term impact on the coin market because collectors often rely on mint sets to obtain pristine examples of circulating coinage. Since no official mint sets were issued, high-quality uncirculated examples of the 1982 quarter became more difficult to obtain over time. Many coins entered circulation immediately, experiencing wear and reducing the number of surviving examples in top condition. The 1982 quarter was struck at multiple United States Mint facilities. The Philadelphia Mint produced quarters without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint produced coins bearing the D Mint mark. In addition, the San Francisco Mint produced proof versions carrying the S Mint mark. Each mint produced coins with subtle differences that collectors study carefully. Although all three versions share the same basic design, their rarity and market values can vary significantly depending on condition and demand. The Philadelphia issue, commonly known as the 1982 P quarter, even though it lacks a visible mint mark, had a mintage exceeding 500 million coins. Such a large production number would normally suggest that the coin is common and inexpensive. However, the absence of official mint sets created an unusual situation. High-grade examples became surprisingly scarce because relatively few were preserved immediately after production. Collectors searching for coins graded MS65, MS66, MS67, or higher often face considerable difficulty locating attractive specimens. The Denver issue, bearing the D mint mark, also had an enormous production run. Hundreds of millions were struck and released into circulation across the United States. Like the Philadelphia issue, many entered everyday commerce and accumulated wear. Today, circulated examples remain easy to find, but exceptional uncirculated specimens continue to command premiums among serious collectors seeking top-quality registry-set coins. The proof version struck at San Francisco represents a different category entirely. Proof coins are specially manufactured using polished dies and specially prepared planchets. These coins are struck multiple times to create sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. Collectors often purchase proof coins directly from the mint and preserve them carefully. As a result, proof examples generally survive in much better condition than circulation strikes. Nevertheless, exceptional proof specimens with deep cameo contrast can still achieve strong market values. A major factor influencing the value of any 1982 quarter is condition. Coin grading plays a central role in determining market prices. A heavily circulated coin showing substantial wear may be worth only face value. However, as preservation quality improves, values can increase dramatically. Coins displaying original mint luster, sharp details, and minimal contact marks are especially desirable. Third-party grading services evaluate these characteristics and assign numerical grades that help establish market confidence. For many collectors, one of the most exciting aspects of the 1982 quarter involves the possibility of finding valuable error coins. Mint errors occur when something unusual happens during the production process. These errors can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Some 1982 quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and other unusual characteristics. Depending on the severity and visibility of the error, values can range from modest premiums to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Among the most discussed varieties are double die examples. These occur when the design is impressed onto a die more than once in slightly different positions. The resulting coin may show noticeable doubling on letters, numbers, or design elements. Collectors carefully examine dates, inscriptions, and Washington's portrait for evidence of such varieties. Authentic double dies can attract significant interest and may command substantial premiums depending on rarity and condition. Another fascinating category involves off-center strikes. During the minting process, if a coin blank is not properly aligned when struck, part of the design may be missing while the remaining portion appears shifted. Off-center errors are visually dramatic and often attract strong collector demand. The value typically depends on how much of the design remains visible and whether the date can still be identified. Some 1982 quarters have also been reported with dramatic die cracks. A die crack develops when the metal die used to strike coins begins to fracture. As coins are struck, metal flows into the crack, creating raised lines on the finished coin. Minor die cracks are relatively common, but major examples that create bold visual effects can become desirable collectibles. Perhaps one of the most important lessons for collectors is that rarity does not always come from low mintage numbers. In the case of the 1982 quarter, rarity often comes from condition scarcity. Millions upon millions were produced, yet truly exceptional examples remain surprisingly difficult to locate. This unusual combination of high mintage and limited availability in top grades has made the 1982 quarter a fascinating target for advanced collectors. As we continue exploring this remarkable coin, we will dive deeper into specific mint varieties, auction records, famous sales approaching and exceeding the often quoted $167 value level, major era discoveries, grading populations, collector strategies, investment considerations, and the hidden factors that can transform an ordinary 25-cent coin into a piece worth serious money. Part 2, Final section and ending. As collectors continue studying the 1982 Washington quarter, one fact becomes increasingly clear: this is a coin that rewards careful attention. Millions were produced, millions circulated, and millions remain available today, yet only a tiny fraction survive in the exceptional condition that serious collectors demand. That difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary coin is what creates the excitement surrounding the 1982 quarter. A typical circulated 1982 quarter found in everyday change will usually be worth its face value of 25 cents. However, a sharply struck example with blazing original mint luster, minimal contact marks, and professional certification can be worth far more. Coins reaching the highest mint state grades have sold for hundreds of dollars, while rare era examples and exceptional specimens have generated even stronger collector interest. Values can vary significantly depending on condition, rarity, certification, and market demand, which is why every 1982 quarter deserves a closer look before being spent. Collectors searching for valuable examples should pay special attention to mint marks, strike quality, unusual errors, off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, die cracks, and overall preservation. A coin that appears ordinary to most people may contain a feature that makes it highly desirable within the numismatic community. Many important discoveries have been made by individuals simply taking the time to inspect their coins carefully. The weight of the standard 1982 quarter is approximately 5.67 grams, and its copper-nickel-clad composition reflects the modern era of American coinage. The iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse connect the coin to a design tradition that spans generations. These details may seem familiar, but they represent decades of history, craftsmanship, and national symbolism. Auction records over the years have shown that collectors are willing to pay impressive premiums for top-quality examples. The finest known pieces often attract competitive bidding because they are far scarcer than their enormous mintages would suggest. This unusual combination of high production numbers and low availability in elite grades is one of the key reasons the 1982 quarter remains a fascinating coin to study. For many people, the true value of the 1982 quarter goes beyond money. It serves as a reminder that hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places. A coin that once passed through grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and cash registers may eventually become a prized collectible sitting in a carefully preserved collection. That journey from everyday circulation to collector demand is what makes coin collecting such an exciting hobby. So before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. Check the date, inspect the mint mark, examine the surfaces, and search for anything unusual. You never know when a simple 25-cent coin might reveal a story of rarity, history, and collector value. The 1982 Washington quarter stands as proof that even the most common-looking coins can hold surprising secrets, and for collectors around the world, that possibility is what keeps the hunt alive year after year. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next valuable coin could already be sitting in your pocket, waiting to be discovered.